Hey there, so this is the Samsung Galaxy A10e. This is the Boost Mobile version, but it has a 5.8-inch screen, 8-megapixel camera rear, and a 5-megapixel front with a water drop notch, which I'm actually excited to actually see on a device. I'm excited to see it on Samsung because I haven't never reviewed Samsung before, never actually owned Samsung, and now I'm actually seeing them with their beautiful displays. Now I want to see what this one looks like in Samsung fashion. So it has the 32 gigabytes of space, 2 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigs upgradable by a micro SD card, and it has dual 1.6 gigahertz and plus a hexa 1.35 gigahertz processor. Now it also has 3000 mAh of storage, or of battery life, up to 23 hours of talk time. There's everything it comes with, and it has, this is basically just for like faster networking. It's beautiful unboxing so far. And it's just beautiful to, oh, so it shifted. It's beautiful to see. You got a beautiful phone, plastic backing, plastic back. On the phone, you get a SIM eject tool, safety conditions manual, a Samsung brick. Why don't they include the fast charger? And it is, drum roll please, USB-C. And then you get your device right here. So let's just peel this away. Right here. And you get your plastic backing, camera, which looks pretty decent. On the phone, you have a power, volume up, volume down, and these are teardrop notch. The reason why I'm liking these teardrop notches, headphone jack, headphone, that's nice. And then you have on the other side the SIM and SD card. But the reason why I'm not liking these water drop notches is the fact that you see it on a $100 device. Like, for only $100, I'm getting a teardrop notch. And this screen looks way more than 720p. I believe it isn't 720p. It shows nothing about specs on that thing. This is, doesn't actually say, but online it said 720p. This looks 1080 also. The only notch is, or the real bar is down here. I don't know why that's big. It's like that on the Pixel 3. But I'm fine with that on my Pixel 3 compared to this because of how small the top notch is. Now I notice a little bit of some sort of fringing type thing when I go from there to there. It gets a little darker.
Continue holding the screen with 2 fingers until you hear a beep.
And I just don't like it fringes a little bit. Otherwise the screen is beautiful. It is powerful. I wonder how that speaker sounds. Let me get this set up all ready and I'll get back to you with more info. So I've set up this Galaxy A10e and I've had it active for maybe, I would say, 2 hours now, and there are some things that I see about this that I like and some things that I don't as of right now. So let's start off with just a little bit of specification. It's running a 720p LED display. To me, I could tell that it is LED, but I can't tell that it's 720p. I thought this was 1080 when I was looking at it. I'm like, is there like a setting in here that's forcing it up or something? But no. It's great. The screen's great. Power, volume up and down, easy to get to. You're going to be wanting to use that more than this. Sadly, no fingerprint sensor. Has a headphone jack. USB-C, which is great to see on budget devices because most of them don't even have USB-C. And stylus, LG Aristo series being one of them, the K series, has a great speaker, has SIM card and SD card, and then it has nothing else. Then it has a teardrop notch, which is something I like. Face ID is nice, and it's just sort of great overall around. But there is one thing that is really lacking on this device, is this plastic feel. This plastic feel right over here. Of course it's plastic, so ooh, blah, 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 it's plastic. No, it's on more budget devices, from what I have seen in the past and felt, they feel like they're good. They don't feel like plastic. I'm like, is this glass? On this one, I'm like, yeah, this is plastic from the start. There's like a huge plastic gap around it also, like there's supposed to be some sort of gap. And there's a huge, like, okay, there we go. So there's this like plastic gap around all screens to protect it. And I can feel this plastic gap. I can feel how cheap it is. Let's listen to this sound test real fast. Let's make sure my volume medium sound is halfway. And let's hear you what it sounds like. Okay, sadly it's a single firing speaker, so it's not dual. But it does look really nice. Like, it's full screen. That notch really doesn't get in the way, and more as much as, well, gets in the way a little less than other screens. So if I'm watching one of my own videos right over here, and I'm gonna be watching it, I can see. My thing is this Jamoji speaker? Let's mute myself here. And as you can see, I film a lot of these in 4K up to 720p. That notch is a lot smaller than what other notches would be. Like on some other phones, the notch would feel like way too big. With this, the notch is okay. I like it. I think it's a decent sized notch. Nothing to complain about. Now, I compared this to the screen size of the iPhone, and it basically has the same dimension screen size, just a smaller notch. Nice thing to say about it. And then we have over here under messages, enter message. Here are all of the emojis that you can get for this phone. Now, they're very rudimentary and basic, and they're typical Samsung fashion. I don't like them, that's me. I think they're eh. Yeah, so we have a nice, everything about this phone is just, wow, like everything about this phone is great. It has screen sharing, and I can use this phone as a screen. So if I have a smaller screen or something, I can use this phone as a secondary screen. So it can be used as like a mirror display. So if I wanted to mirror a phone to this one, I could do it. Nice also is everything about this. Like I had two complaints about this. It was, first off, well, one of them was fingerprint, because I like fingerprint on all my devices. The other one was like on my iPhone, I don't like because it doesn't have fingerprint. And then the other thing was the plastic backing. And then the third thing is this settings. I go in here, there's a lot, but looking for something else, location or cloud. Like, there's a lot more looking for something else. So if I go over here, I go to, where was it? First off, there's no Bixby on this phone. There's Bixby Home, but just no Bixby. So if I go over here, where was I? I was on display. And I'm going through. And it's just like, looking for something else. No, there was more to it also. Advanced features, motion and gestures. So I went through motion and gestures, and I did it looking for something else. Navigation bar. Where does that navigation bar now show up? is under display? Why is that not under gestures like every other phone out there? Also, make this whole settings thing easier to use. I was looking through it and even I was confused, and that's really bad if I'm confused about all this. This is just not a good settings. Even LG's 4 thingamajigger up top thing works way better than this one. Has everything in the right places, in the right spots. Samsung, what are you doing? Ooh. Okay, I know about app icon badges. What was the other thing I was complaining about here? I had one other complaint. Oh, the last one is when I'm resting my phone like this on most phones, it's fine. This one, I've had accidental touches on the side of the screen. I'm not sure why it's on this one, but it is. So it's just been this has been a real rudimental first look. If you did like this video, definitely please rate, comment, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and as always, stay tuned for more content on this phone.